Good morning, folks. It's 1:42 a.m. on the 22nd day, 11th month, 2022. Another day of the doses. I'm just having a look here at the river of moistures and the manipulations and the possibilities of where it's all headed in the next few weeks. Yeah, I said few weeks. I got a bit of a cut here. So that's going to back that up and shove that forward. It's going to dip this down. It's going to shove this down more. See that V shape down here? Hello, New Zealand. You're about to cop it. A weakening strength of that beam will have gone here right through the South Island here. With the beam here, shocking sideways there. Increasing quake risk here. Right around point. In that range right there. That's where the heaviest interference pattern of the major beams of the planet. Let's see what we got going up in the polar regions. Then I'm going to give you a long-term shout out. Because, yeah, I did call out the Golden Triangle. I've been watching the pressure set this up now for quite a while. I've been telling you, when I look at the end of the 10 days, I look at the pressures and then I get an idea of what's coming. And by me watching what's here, I get an idea what's going to be here. Right? What are they sending over? Where's the diversion? Diversion usually happens here in Hawaii. Hawaii is a big manipulator of weather. And it has a dock over in Pearl Harbor that actually has marked spaces for 3 SPX radar platforms. Everybody says SPX-1, but there's 2 and 3, are out there as well, and maybe even more by now. Who knows what numbers are on docks somewhere else. That's a sea-based X-band radar used for defense. And when it's not defending missiles, it could definitely make big blasts. Big blasts. And that's what I'm seeing here, some big blasts. But I'm not seeing it everywhere, right? Because that's what I was looking to see if it was something caused maybe by the sun. So I had a look at the sun. So this is the sun. There's some pretty cool action going on. What you're seeing here in the sight is really like a heavy band of filaments like this. But you're looking at its side on. So, boom, that filament snapped. And they can go from vast distances. Even this one here can be connected to one over here. Over here you get a great example of one that's connected. Vast distance. And I'm watching these two here because this is going to be Earth facing tomorrow. And these things actually share a connection. It's just really thin and you can't see it. If their filament snapped, that's going to be big problems for us tomorrow. So I'll be watching the space weather very, very closely over the next 72 hours until it gets to about here. Yeah, this is a delicate moment. It ain't just coronal holes you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for snapping filaments. And there's two big boys right here. And they got dancers, see? 1, 2. Each one of them will have. It's very, very active region, this one here, watch. They look like lightning bolts, don't they? But those are like planetary size. That's bigger than the Earth. This is how big this is. So you got a lot of action going on. You got a missing frame of data that I noticed. See if we can pick it up. There it was. Right there, the timestamp of looks like 050755 UTC. There's the 11/20/2022. So that's a 2-day-old data. Something's been removed, but it's something that somebody's already shown. Yeah, Gina, what you've shown on yours is suspicious. Has been removed. So that adds a little bit of validity to them. Some things when I see that happen. See that one leave there? Yeah, I do love to watch those sun quakes when something filament snaps and you actually see it go across the planet as it snaps back. Or in this case, the sun. Calling it a planet. It's just a really hot one. It's a really hot planet. Speaking of hot places, let's have a nip over to Australia. Right. So I've had a pop at Mimic. So I was reading the beams. Beam wise, Australia, you had an interesting time. So let's zoom up. Let's do a quick check back. Alice Springs. Well, you can't blame Alice for everything, right? I couldn't blame Alice for something that was coming from over there at all. So let's zoom up a little more. All right, let's roll this here. See what we got going on. I'm watching New Zealand very closely. They are ripe for something in the fives. That beam went right through that island too. See it? They're at the highest risk, like a volcano kicking off or something. Right there. Was that Tonga and the Samoas, or the Samoas over here? Not looking good for you guys. Not looking good for Fiji either, because there'll be an outreach there and a beam here, and that puts them right in the middle of both. So there'll be a reverb with the bigger from that direction. Boom, 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 boom. So there'll be a bounce back between those strings there. Think of them like guitar strings. That's a real thick one. That's vibrating, and they're going to affect the local area. There's going to be a reverb between these two islands. It's also going to create a convection corridor to bring this down, to cut the river there independent. So this is now free to be moved easier. So there needs to be a beam up here too to bring this down in now, because it's time. It's time to bring the moisture into Australia that's going to do the most damage. And you're looking at quite a few days now. Some of this is going to be here, and a lot of this is going to be here. But they're going to tendril you. You're going to get a tendril rung off the top of you from up here. So what ends up here is coming down through a corridor in here. And that the EMF to do that has not been put in place yet. But the pressure map clearly indicates this has got to happen. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'll go here. I'll go to the end. I'll hit the pressure layer. You got to see this. Right. We got the pressures are on. Right. This pressure here at the end. Right. I'll go a day or so ahead. See how that's black, this low? Just look at it as any day of the year, anytime. It's just a weather lesson. You see this is black? You see this one here is lower than that? They listed at green. It's right at atmospheric pressure. To even call that a high is ridiculous. So, this is going to follow this line. And they're going to merge. They have to. And with the vortex of this next bubble down will split off what would be a secondary high. It has to. So that means you're going to kick on a glitch here and at 30th. It has to. The glitch here, glitch here. So expect those radars, no data to come on. Right? Or the wicked glitch will ride. Write it down. It's going to ride. It's going to ride. And this is my time. All right? If I'm sitting here on the 30th at 1400, that's what time it is here. And yours, it'll be the 31st. I'm not sure the time zone out here exactly. But if it was here, well, then that would be, oh, God. I'm going to have to get a secondary clock ticket in the corner for just to have Australia. If I get one of them walls that collects, right, I'll have on a wall that look like a stock exchange. I'm just taking stock of what the fuck is going on with the planet instead. So that'll be about Thursday, morning. See, if that's 2 here in the afternoon, that'll be, man, that's going to put you right at the midnight hour, the witching hour. The glitch will ride. She has to. Probably turn it on about here. To get that, there's only 2 ways they could do it: with a glitch or a chemical catalyst in the sky that creates heat when it does this chemical reaction, like making of sulfuric acids and stuff can release heat and ions. Right? Ion generation helps fuel thunderstorms and cloud formation. Just naturally. Ions. It's got ions in it, man. Ions matter. They fucking do. And it's not all about positive ions, too. You can get too much of one and you'll be out of balance. And I'm positive about that. You do need some negatives sometimes to balance out. But too much negative leaves a negative, right? Two writings don't make a rating. Too much negative is not a good thing. So as of this day here, right, the pressures clearly say you're streamering down. The shape here is a funnel. And they're going to ring the sack. They're going to ring it right through here. Here's the corridor. I don't see how you're going to get out of it here. As a matter of fact, you're right in the deck of the straight line of the pressure where everything's leaning. See that line there that day? It's pretty much telling you where it's headed. This next bubble up, when it suctions down, it'll go bloom, bloom. In and over. In, over, back up. In, over, back up. It's bubbling here. It's farting around with this one here. And with one down here. Right? Because you got some low dogs down here that are also dancing amongst each other. Look, that's only one different from that one. Right? See the numbers? With 3 on that, so these will still flow toward that. It's a numbers game. And this is a low dog here. Going to have a pull. And you got to know where the lean-ins are. So this will have a secondary bubble up. And every time it does, it's going to burp some cold air. Cold air sinks. So it'll go down the low deck. Right? So you'll see a lot of weird cloud movement, no matter what, when that happens. Now add EMF and chembams to this situation, and you got the recipe for a disaster. Because coming this day here, she's elongating. It's going to move. But this will step in. It has to. The first time that bubble's down, that'll jump over. This high will assist it. Bloop, right into it. It'll walk right around the corner. It'll pinch off a low. And you'll have a second one coming across here while this is being pinched off here. It has to come that way. And I don't see why they left you guys out of the picture here by then. I'm talking, this is 10 days. We're looking here about 2 days from here. You got some heavy rains coming. You are. And along the way here, you are going to see some hard weather coming through. Some really heavy stuff coming through here on dinner time, like evening meal, that kind of dinner. Australia time. On Monday, you're going to have some storms. You might want to cook early in case your power goes out. Or have some nice salad prepared. It's summertime. You can eat cold stuff, fruits and stuff. You'd be prepared. You're going to have a cheese dinner. I always love to put out a cutting board with a lot of little things on it and just go at it. Yeah, well, it's going to be one of them days. Because, man, the geoengineer is going to go at you hard. So you're going to be super sprayed. So to achieve this, you need the glitch field's got to be onto here. So, right, there'll be the witches convention and the glitches. They'll be on here. Big pulse will not be big on over here because you got rain showing, right? So that means the pulse corridors through here. They'll be on by then. Yeah, these will be on now. They will. That'll be full on. These will be pulsing. You might have a pulse corridor coming on here, but I think they'll be shutting that off by now because it has to allow this to come in. It does. They have to turn that off and weaken it. And I'm definitely seeing some glitching going on. There is. I picked it up. Picked it up here. Show you. It's hard to see, but you can pick it up if you know what to look for. And well, I have a habit of knowing what to look for. You'll catch it right about here. And you do have some bad storms coming through. Alright, you'll catch this one here. Now you catch this station. This station's a bust. Right, she's operating down on the low deck and she's controlling the moisture coming in. She's doing a swirl beam. See it right here? This is the exact location of the radar. Right there. And it's on. And shooting out pulses. Boom. 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 Overlaps. That's an advanced radar doing that. It's not just chem bomb marks going because I looked. Yeah, I've seen some bomb marks, but not enough to yield the radar signature I'm seeing right here. So, sorry, Bureau morons didn't quite get it right when they handed the feed over to Windy. because I see you. The wicked glitch ain't dead. Halls Creek, definite radar signatures here. There's no doubt about it. The comings and the goings in the square form of this entire thing here. If you spirograph this, here's where play with spirograph is a skill. You'll be able to do the arcs in your head. Well, I roll it faster. Faster, faster. Let's go like the goat. The goat must be very fast. You think they'd use like a cheetah? Because they're cheating you out of so much of your future with the geoengineering. What a bomb they just put off there. Well, let's zoom in here and see what we can pick up. This is some bad cells coming through. These are heavier than they're indicating. What was that little backward? Whoa. Did they double frame us? Sometimes they do that. They'll leave the hour in, and they'll go back and give you a couple frames before his image. Because they're sneaky. I catch a lot of shots, a string of bombs. 11:44. That was 47 minutes. I should be able to pick that up. That should be visible. Where exactly am I? I'm in Derby, man. Over here to Derby. Hello, Derby. String of bombs. So, well, yeah, that's definitely a string of bombs. See it going off right here? Cluster bombs, ruining your farms. Uncommon farms. You have the uncommed farm. Boom! Boy, did you see that jet off? And 5 payloads came off of that one. Wow. That was incredible. Incredible. Here we go. It's the Pluminazis on display. Oh, keyboard's out. Look. Shadow F. A bomb. A bomb went off. Double bomb from one point. Double firecracker. Na 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 na. Boom, doo doo, boom, boom. Pluminazis. How dare you uncalm my bomb? Do 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 do. The uncommon farm boy. Do do do. Boom! Look at that. It's the eye of the Hydra. Ooh, Hydra. Come on. It's aliens, man. These chem bombs suck. That's a chem bomb. Out of the mysterious cloud came the craft. And there it is. As his imaginarium goes wild in its War of the Worlds, ladies and gentlemen, and there it is. The street light creature is out there, and it's real, and it's in your skies, stealing your futures. Uncommon the farm. Uncommon the farm with the old chem bomb. Here, you work with it. Work with that one. Hey, we had a little chem bomb going over here. I know you wanted to see that, didn't you? You wanted to see this. Casper, the plumed up ghost. The shadow government up your nose. The flower of death. That ain't the 4-leaf clover of luck. That means your luck ran out. Whoop. Front and center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chem bombs. And he borrows the count from Sesame Street. See the waveform going on the low deck here? Faster, faster. See it coming through? Bzzz, getting fried, getting fried, getting fried, getting fried. Bzzz, boom, bzzz, boom, bzzz, boom, ba, bzzz, boom, ba. Like an old drum beat in your sky. Frying, frying, frying. People over in Brisbane, hashtag exposed to 28. How you guys doing? Boom, boom. Back and to the left. See how many microwave pulses are going through? Look down here in the corner. See, those don't move. They just stay in there. It's a waveform. Scalar waves. Waveforms, man. Infrasonic undulations. Yes, EMF can emit a sound. The sound reverberation can also cause cloud formations to form. So that information was 100% correct. Somebody put up. It was nice to see someone else say that as well. Look at that curved wave come through here. Whoa! That's where you turn something out and let it go. And it dissipates. Gets carried away, man. Canceled. Interfered with. You're not supposed to interfere with yourself, and we shouldn't be interfering with our mother. And Tazzy, you're no less fried. Fried like bugs. Fried like bugs that are in the rug. Bzzzt. The thumbprint of geoengineering. You have the right to remain never silent. You are free to be. So be. Don't be taking this shit. These plumes coming along. Boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. And gone. Gone. How dare they? Yeah, Facebook took that video down of Greta's. They say it's out of context. She was saying it was a bad example. No, she said it. She fucking said those words, and that's all they said. They said it, and they took it down. Now find another way to get it up there. Look at this. Look at this. A sickness mix, man. This is thousands of pellets of sickness mix. Oh my God. Right, this is a terrible deployment. This is days ahead of a storm. So they'll make your lungs get all ripe, and then it hits you with the wetness. So what's going to be in that rain? I want to know. Look at a snake. That lasted a while. Right turd, Clyde. Get some planes operating here. Doing some crazy patterns. Can we affirm whether they're doing, if they have any equipment on there that's doing any seismic measuring of the ground for minerals, so they know who to flood and who to burn, so they can land grab you that way? The paw. Did you see the paw? The paw patch. Now that ain't the healthy paw either. That's the paw that'll put you in the ground. Hey, Brisbane, boy, did you cop it today. Look what's streamered over you. First they fry you with the EMF, that stationary cloud said that, and then they got the bomb. Look, this is recent. This is the latest image, folks. You got a bomb that's just been deployed over here, over in the border area of Queensland. Yep, they bombed you. They want you to breathe it and have it right over a government house. Yep, look at the bomb right over here, over the Golden Triangle areas down here. Right, that's Golden Triangle. This is the chem bomb capital of fucking Australia at the moment. And now it's over here. And it's over here. And it's bombing in the same formations. Bombing. Doing the same thing repeated but different. Right? Same thing but different. Same thing but different. Same thing but different. So something's coming along and deploying in a predictable way, in a timed manner, to add catalyst to the atmosphere to have a predictable effect on the weather. And we got the skeleton hand over there. How's your Imaginarium doing on that? Can you handle it? Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones, Mr. Bones. Please, Mr. Bones. Bomb, bomb. You got these chem bombs over people's homes. Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. We got a big vag cloud, and not enough people speaking loud. We can't let this go on now. Look at how many miles of sickness mix they have deployed. Look at this batch here. Boy, that looks like some nasties. Nasty skies. Do-do-do. Boom, 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 plume, and making nasty skies. Nasty skies. Don't be a bottom boy. Don't take it. Or a pegger. You're getting pegged at the Jewish Star Formation over here. Yep, got the Ashkenazi weather. Achoo! Ashkenazi skies. I heard everything when I was growing up. I could make fun of it all. He said something like that. He's not allowed. Yeah, I am. We're also allowed to start smacking snowflakes. We make snowballs out of snowflakes and we can throw them all at once. Oh my God, look at that bomb. Oh my God, look look what I did. Look what I did. Oh my God, it went over there. Holy shit, it went over there. And it's going over there now, and it's bombing, it's doing the same thing. It's the Hindenburg. Oh, the humanity. Where is it? Where's the humanity? Where is it going? And now, for your bad news. Right, here's your totals. I'm going to go right to it. You guys have been waiting all afternoon, champion at the bit. You ready for your want? Expect these to go much, much higher than this. Extremely high. You take this corridor and you drag it straight over here. You bring it straight up there. Did I get a screenshot of it? Because I've seen different data than I took earlier. And that's the one from the beam. And I had a different one up earlier. They took it down, of course. But I've seen it. I've already seen it, so it don't matter. Right? Right, heavy stripe through here. Right, so that's going to bring flooding into Lawrence, McLean, and on down through here, Yamba and all that. And it's going to go much, much higher than this. Much, much higher. You can expect that total up all through here. Count on it. You're looking about the big start of your event. Your first event is about, I'll show you. That'll pre-flood you. It'll be happening about 9 days from now. 8 days right in there, depending on the EMF move and how fast they move that river over that I showed you earlier on the mimic up here. How fast they get this from over here over to there. How quick can they move that through these island venturies in predictable swaths, 1, 2, 3s, you know, to bring them in waves. And bringing the storms in waves, it's a move, right? So you can expect totals in here being in the 10 and 12 centimeters at least. Yeah, by the time your event starts and you get your 10-day total, I imagine by the 5 more days from now, you're going to get a very accurate total from at least one glimpse of it. But they're already starting their row of honesty of who's going to get it. And down through here. And the cold air is already in place. So, again, the inundation of the coastal areas of Australia is about to hit a new notch. A lot of this here is happening, see what I mean? Nothing to something. Right? So you got one that might be walking the coast. It's a strange pressure move that's going on. That made a corridor that's going to bubble up through here. Remember I showed you that earlier when I showed you the pressure on 10 days from now? And this whole swath is already admitted to getting all this. And there'll be more. There'll be considerably more. Sometimes I have to come back to get the total. Oh, it's bastarded me. Okay, I'll just roll something for a minute. But I understand what these are already. These swaths through here, someplace is going to have the totals in a 14 centimeter range. You're going to expect, I'll be watching Ballina very closely. The wicked glitch is going to decide it all, and it has to go off. Gimpy's going to own the show, actually. And Gimpy's going to be the corridor creator. Well, the radar there is going to be very important. Alice is also a big womp from that one to be expected, if they show it. One from Melbourne, highly unlikely to create that situation. Most of this is what you're getting over the next 3 days. And this swath here is extremely high. It's those totals I was telling you about earlier. They ain't showing it. There's another way to get it back. High. Fuck you. Refresh. Da-na! Right, over your next 3 days. 24-hour totals are extremely high. Right, so you're figuring you're going to be getting 75, then 50-50 to give you all those amounts. But I told you they're going to get honest with this shit. All this is headed this way too. This is going to be an inundated flooding area. So I hope my warning was heeded by people, because I think you're about out of time on that one. Because all the water's headed that way. The roads are going to be unpassable. You'd be better off with a canoe and an anchor. Sometimes to wait things out. I think about these things sometimes. No, I'm not even kidding. You make a waka. Have a waka in your yard. You may need it. But if you hang around, somebody else's waka may show up. Get a little offshore action over there over the next 5 days. That's boring. Just enough to keep the sunshine away. And ruin your morning sunshine walk is where you should get that beautiful vitamin D and that wonderful kiss of good morning from the universe and the sun when it says hello. And you should have that minute, you know. It goes all George Takei on you and hellos you. Right, let me give you your next, I've told you your news now. Let's show you what's going on. Yeah, my voice is going. Water. And if you find my forecast of value or my work of value, you may support it at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch, or contact me, or watch one of the shows I might do later, or sell some jewelry. Everything's off in the mail now, so I'll proceed and show somewhere. Yeah, looks like you're going to wind you up now. There's that corridor there. Hello, Alice. You have a little moisture through your mountains there. And then the Darwin's corner is getting a little bit wet and thundery and floody-wuddy and muddy. Well, floody-muddy. Floody-muddy the drop bear was in a fire. They burnt its hair. The geoengineering's people can go too far. And I think they should be driven by Toonce, the cat in the car. Y'all remember Toonce the cat? I'm showing my age. The same crash every week we look forward to. You'd feel cheated out of it if it wasn't the same one. Well, I think that's what it is here sometimes on this planet. You feel cheated if you ain't get the same dupe each week, or the same weather it goes on, or you don't have something to complain about. Imagine a whole week where nobody had anything to complain about. That might be a wish worth having. If I had a wish to me, I want to have a wish. Nobody has anything to complain about for a week. What happens? Does the God just pull your ears off? There, you don't hear no complaining? I don't know how that would work out. Be careful what you wish for. Oneness has a big sense of humor. Fucking does. And as we headed on in toward Friday and Saturday, the wetness. This is not accurate. That's not accurate at all. Okay, well, that's what I kind of had to say about that. Now, I hope that's what Higgins used. Now, let me show you your forecast. Right here's a very heavy thunder and lightning. You can expect these cells to put off downpours, sudden microbursts. I don't think there's enough cold air to put out a tornado that high up, but water spout out to sea is possible. Downburst possible. Some of the flats, maybe. I'll have to keep a good eye on it. I don't think the air is cold enough around there to do it. Naturally. No. Well, in about this way there is. You got enough flow here to do it. Around this way. When you get in here, it gets more unlikely. Yeah, the possibilities tornadoes are only really in this lanes. Here. Yeah, you actually got an alleyway. It's possible that most of your hail will occur along those lines. I'm watching. I watch weather for years. You don't need a degree to watch weather. The only degree you need is what temperature, how many degrees is it? See Fahrenheit or Celsius. You need to do your homework. You need to understand a lot of things. Pressure flow, electric universe, our link to the world itself. You need to know tech devices, nanotechnology, chem spray. What does it do when you see a certain thing? And that comes from years of watching. And I can't teach that. So hopefully when I do stuff, I describe what I think about when I do a determining. And I'm keeping an eye where the bubble up is. So just bringing cold air on the backside. That's important. It shows you the flow. Back, it'll sink underneath and tend to rotate that way. and the top will be heated that way, and you'll get your lightning. It'll make like a V and roll in on itself in a Fibonacci kind of way. Toroid. Vanuatu. So which island was going to cap it? It's these ones here. Yeah, you're in the earthquake zone. Hey, I didn't make the earthquakes. I just read the map. Rain, rain, go away. Come again some other day. Look at the pulsation ringing out the sock. Boom, 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 boom. Predictable moving of moisture through a venturi, and it's sending it into Oz in big waves. It's easy to get those to spin. So they took all the moisture from that great big storm that was just there in Australia days ago, and they sending it back to you again. Have it, have it, have it. Don't waste the cam. Don't waste. One of your coughs in the wind is going to go up somebody else's nose. Yeah, here's a thought. I didn't even think about breathing. Dinosaur farts was funny. Well, how about the breathing of fart that was down here when you might have been eating a bean over there at the mall, over there in Brisbane, and farted. And it got picked up in the wind, taken out to sea all the way to here, inside of a chem bomb enclosed nucleated particulate of water, and came back up here, swam back around, and landed in your drink or something 20 days later. Actually, be more accurate would be like 13 days later if I'm pointing at about here, and you drank your own fart. It's possible. So look what they could do. And look what they did today. The poisoning of your skies and the inundation with the sickness mix that's now going over Adelaide and spreading over this area, and the microwave poisoning that's beyond which any 5G tower would ever do, needs to be ceasing and stopped. Hashtag, let's save our Mother Earth. And then you'll be proud of yourself for that, besides being proud of yourself for other things. Yeah. Pride of mother starts in the heart of yourself, okay? And if you have no heart for yourself, you'll have none for your mother. So love yourself, and you'll love your mother, and treat your mother with love. Big love. Peace.